Hello, I'm Larry, and this is Carter's Country. Today I'm joined again by Justin Carter, and we're going to talk about a family of pistol that has kind of revolutionized the concealed carry market, and that's the Micro9s. With concealed carry becoming more and more popular and more prevalent across the United States, a lot of the gun makers have decided to make a gun that offers concealability, magazine capacity, and customizing options that previously weren't available in some of the smaller handguns. Here we have the Sig P365, we've got the Springfield Hellcat, we've got the Ruger Max-9, and we've got the Shield Plus from Smith & Wesson. Justin, if I came into the store as a customer and I'm looking for a Micro-9, kind of in a general way, what are some of the talking points about the Micro-9 family?
First of all, thanks for having me back. Secondarily, the key with all these guns is, fit and form, where you're going to carry it, what's the end-game goal? Is it going to be a gun that you're going to just put in the car? Is it going to be a gun that you're going to carry on your person and your purse? And exactly what your strengths are. Fit is always key. Obviously, when you hold a gun, if it fits in your hand, it'll be more comfortable for you when you're on the range or when you do need it in a self-defense manner.
Small pistols have been around for a while, obviously, but the magazine capacity is really, I think, what kicked off the Micro9 market, starting with the Sig P365.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that has really been embraced by a lot of people because previously you had a choice of magazine capacity or concealability.
Yeah.
These handguns offer you both. If you're familiar with the magazine capacity on these, let's run through that real quick and talk about that.
In regards to capacity, you start off right here with a 365, and that's got 10+1 as being kind of the first one to the market in the compact size. Then the Hellcat has 11+1. Your Ruger Max-9 is sitting at 12+1, and then Shield Plus is going to be 13+1. Keep in mind, each of these guns comes with usually a couple magazines and a couple different capacities that may be larger than just what comes standard with it, as well with everything about these guns. So,
and one other thing on that magazine capacity, if a magazine that it comes with doesn't hit the point you want, when you get with brands like Sig, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Springfield, the availability of aftermarket things like magazines, you can pretty much find something out there that will be the exact capacity you want. Although, honestly, in a carry environment, the capacities that you just read out here are more than sufficient.
Hopefully that
right?
takes care of everything you need in those guns.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, that's, I think, the key that we talk to everybody in the store about every single day is make sure to use, know your gun and how to use it, and especially in the manner that you intend to use it. So,
absolutely, yeah. It should be a big part of the buying decision. I want to circle back to one other thing you said, because the smaller you get with a gun, the more critical that point is, and that is saying it fits like a pair of shoes.
Correct.
Obviously, when you're looking at some of the larger pistols, you've got a little more flexibility with fit. When you start narrowing it down to the Micro9 category, fit for the individual becomes, I think, even more critical.
Yeah.
Coming in to hold one gun and then the other really can be the biggest part of your decision when price point and magazine capacities and everything else meet or exceed the expectations you were looking for. For instance, the texturing on the guns you can have even subtle differences, but it can make a big difference to the individual.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as we always try to do at the stores, bring out as many guns and hold as many guns as possible, because when you're holding them, you get the feel for them. Fortunately, I have small hands, so these actually felt more like a full-size gun for me. But everybody's different, and keep in mind, with your smaller size, right, surface area, you end up with a little bit more perceived recoil, and that can be an issue. But for the most part, all these guns are going to be comfortable guns to take from the store right onto the range and be great shooters from the beginning.
Absolutely, yeah. They're all four of these brands have been around and they're reliable and just great quality firearms. Talking about the fit, one other thing while you were talking, it just occurred to me. The Sig, the Springfield, and the Ruger are double stack, and what that means is instead of your ammunition just one on top of the other in the magazine, they alternate, and that gives a little bit wider handle.
Yep.
Whereas the Smith & Wesson is a single stack, and I don't know if you can see it, but with the Smith & Wesson, Thank you. This particular part of the gun is longer on the handle, whereas these are a little bit shorter. So these are a little bit shorter and thicker. This is a little bit longer. It's yet another reason that feel can make all the difference for you, because whereas this handle, if it wasn't so long, it may be too small for me.
Yeah.
But this handle with that distance there, it makes a difference.
With my small hands, they fit perfectly.
Yeah, they really do. It's amazing the job they did with this. You go back in time a little bit, a small pistol was referred to as a woman's gun.
Yeah.
Absolutely not true anymore. Honestly, it really wasn't true then. It was just the easiest and laziest way people would refer to that category of gun. But with these, you've got options of thickness, width. There's a fit for everybody, and it's amazing the job the gun makers did when they made the Micro9, realizing this is a gun that a man or a woman, either one, is going to want to carry. It's going to be a gun that, being your everyday carry gun, it's a gun you need to practice with a lot. So shooting it just for recreation or practice still needed to be enjoyable.
Yep.
And if you've ever shot a gun that's too small for your hand, there's nothing enjoyable about that.
No, they're miserable. They're absolutely miserable. If the traditional sights don't work for you, the new optic ready systems are huge. I mean, everybody wants an optic ready. I mean, the Hellcat and the 365 and the Hellcat both come with optic ready solutions. And then those usually cost a premium. So you're going to pay a little bit extra for those add-ons. With the Ruger, that's baseline, comes with it already. And the Max-9, that's its standard. So that's kind of a cool add-on for them. And then there's obviously some solutions with Smith & Wesson. You've nailed it when you said aftermarket. I mean, the aftermarket now is a lot of solutions to everybody's problems if they have them.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and when we talk about aftermarket, it's not just a different size magazine or the optics. One of the important things, and you learn this early on when you began carrying an everyday carry gun, is a holster.
Yep.
The quality and fit of the holster, not only that it fits the gun but fits you, is critical. And with any one of these, you're going to have multiple options to find the fit that works best for you.
Keep in mind that these two have been out a little bit longer, so they're going to have a few more options for holsters that are more specific to them exactly. Okay. These two guns, as they're newer to the market, they're not going to have specific holsters for them yet, but if you come down to Carter's Country, we usually have an option or two that could satisfy your needs on that front.
Yeah, I mean, if the holster makers follow the gun industry, obviously, and when they find out that Ruger or Smith & Wesson has come out with a new gun that's popular, they're going to be falling all over themselves to get those options to the market quick.
Yep, absolutely. So real quick, we're going to go over just some of the highlights of these four guns in our opinions. So why don't you take those two?
Okay. First of all, the Sig P365, it was the first out on the market, so it jumped out ahead a little bit of everyone else when it came out. It remains the lightest and smallest of the four guns. It's easily customizable. It's got a rail at the front. It's got a nice smooth trigger to it. So that probably for the Sig, to me, are the selling points I would point out if I was talking to a customer. Now, when you move to the Hellcat, a couple things about it. It operates incredibly smoothly, 4.9mm in this size. The trigger on it, you can see you've got a flat trigger with a little trigger safety in it, which is something, that, again, it's a matter of taste. But it's one of the features that a lot of people seem to really like about the Hellcat. And again, you're talking about Springfield and Sig SAUER, so it's not
Can't
like
complain.
Yeah, right. I mean,
either one.
You're really just really looking at icing on the cake when you start talking about details like that with them. The Max-9 and the Shield Plus kind of do the same thing. Kind of talk about the highlights for you.
Well, I mean, with the Max-9, it's pretty impressive to see that it comes out of the box the way it's set up. Key to this gun is that it, first of all, comes out with the optic ready plate, is ready to be set up with the optic as soon as you get it.
Just right out of the box.
The night sights are ready to go. I mean, out of the box, it's pretty much the most customizable and offers the most features out of the box, which is pretty impressive. Additionally, the price point's hard to beat. It just is. It's a great price.
Now, the sights that come on it, are they made to work with the optic? If you decide to add an optic to it, they'll
ready to
you
go.
can have both on the gun at the same time, no issues.
Out of the box. With the Smith & Wesson, obviously capacity is king. I like the fact that it's thin, a very thin profile. If you're going to actually carry it, that's what everybody's looking for, is the best way to hide their gun while they carry. And you can't go wrong with the Smith & Wesson name either. I mean, it's been that way since forever. So there you go.
They've made the shield, you know, for years before capacity ever became an issue anyone thought about. So even though this is a new model for them, a lot of what they already know very well is already
their strength is in this gun. I mean,
that's it.
I've heard only the best about shooting the gun, as far as, you know, customers' opinions about it, staff's opinions about it. As far as shoots go, it's a winner.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they all are. That's kind of the point of the video, is we want to let you know, if you come down to Carter's Country and you're looking for a Micro9, we've got some fantastic options here. We've got a trained, knowledgeable sales staff. If there's anything that we didn't touch on here, I feel certain that the person you talk to standing on the other side of the counter when you come in will be able to answer it.
Keep in mind, if you have any questions for us, you can always obviously comment on the vlog, call us in the stores, come down to the stores, put all these guns in your hands. I mean, that's the most critical part of this whole process, is just get the gun in your hands, see if it fits, and then ask questions. Our staff is very knowledgeable across the board. So we're always happy to help out if we can on that front.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch our video. And remember, if you've ever shot, or hunted with us, you're part of the Carter's Country family. Until next time,
Adios.